Hi, this is Bob Weir with another interview of People in the News in North Texas. My special guest today is Tracey Mercury, who was recently elected to the office of Sheriff of Denton County. Sheriff-elect Mercury, who will be sworn in on January 1st, is a veteran law enforcement officer who has extensive experience with the Texas Highway Patrol, the Texas Department of Public Safety, Narcotics Service, and the Texas Rangers, among other accomplishments in the field of law enforcement. Thank you for being here, Sheriff-elect Mercury.
Thank you for having me, Bob.
If you would please give the residents of Denton an overview of the responsibilities of the Sheriff's Department.
Sure. Sheriff is a very important position in the county. The sheriff is basically, he's the only elected law enforcement officer. You have constables and things of that nature, but he's elected to run the sheriff's office. He covers his most important position probably is the county jail. It is the biggest tax burden. It's the place where probably most of the liability from the county will come from, and it's a huge responsibility. He's also responsible for law enforcement, traffic, criminal investigations, and things of that nature in the rural parts of the county, and also responsible for courthouse security. And in some of the smaller counties, thank goodness not here, the local sheriff is also the tax assessor collector when the counties don't have that position, and I'm pretty thankful that's not the case here. But it's a huge responsibility, and I'm looking forward to taking that on.
And I understand, of course, morale is always a key factor in any agency. How's the morale in the Sheriff's Office?
Well, since I've been elected, it's getting better. And, that was, as you know, Bob, that's one of my big campaign issues, is morale. And morale is so important, especially in law enforcement. Nobody gets into this job to get rich. It's truly a calling. It's truly if you ask people why, it sounds cliche, but they will tell you they want to help people. And that's exactly what these men and women at the Sheriff's Office will tell you. And I think it's just a matter of them being treated the way they need to be treated, with respect and appreciation. I've put together a command staff that I think will be second to none in the state of Texas. And while vetting these folks and interviewing them, and my main focus to them was that the Sheriff's Office will be run professionally, but it'll also be run like a family, and it'll be run where people will be proud to come to work every day, and that the morale is very, very important to any job, but especially in law enforcement. And I think we've accomplished some of that already, because I know these men and women that work there. I've worked with them for years. I've known them for years. They know me. I know them, and we have mutual respect for each other. And I believe when this team comes in and they get to know the men and women of the Denton County Sheriff's Office, that things are going to go very well very quickly.
And when you take office, what are some of the issues you'll be addressing as you put together a new administration?
First of all, the morale, as we talked about. It's not an easy time to be in law enforcement.
Right.
Police officers are under attack nationwide. I think it's important that we train our officers to recognize these events, to recognize what's going on. I think it's important that as part of my staff, I'm bringing in Orlando Hinojosa, who has been a community police officer and public information officer at the Denton Police Department for many years. And my mandate to him is to have a relationship between the community and the Sheriff's Office, to make sure that we're out there, that we're showing the people that we serve that we're human beings, and but we're there to protect them. And I think it's just important that a communication line continue to be open between the public and law enforcement, and that's going to be a huge goal of mine. Is a lot of people don't know what the Sheriff's Office is, what they do. And of course, a lot of it, like in Flower Mound, where you're kind of landlocked and you have a police department, they don't deal too much with the sheriff's office. But in the future, we're going to be involved in the community activities of Flower Mound. We're going to be involved in the community activities of all the cities of Denton County.
That's important.
It absolutely
important
is.
to have
And
cooperation between agencies.
absolutely, and that's, I'm working on that also. I've met with police chiefs, I've met with constables, I've met with neighboring sheriffs already, and that's just something that's so important. Another one of my immediate goals is to get us back involved with the FBI's terrorism unit. I'm going to assign a person there full-time. I believe we've talked about this individual before. He's a very unique individual who speaks the language. He's been a great asset to them in the past. He's been taken off of that task force, and I'm going to get him back on there. It's important Denton County's on the front line of terrorism, and we have a unique person to do that for us.
I know that you've answered this question before, but I think it bears repeating. If a police officer goes to the scene of an incident and discovers that someone is not in the country legally, can he take legal action?
You know, not really. You know, immigration is a federal offense.
Right.
And as state officers, we really have no jurisdiction in federal law. What we can do is if this person commits a crime, if this person is arrested, then what we have is we have immigration officials that can come into the jail and they can check those statuses and things of that nature. But unfortunately, as a state officer, you know, we live in a strange world where if this person happens to be a witness or happens to be someone you just come across and you try to go report that, you'd probably be sued and they might win. That's the country we live in right now.
That's the way the laws are now. Let me ask you that, how long generally can a prisoner be held in a Denton County jail before being transferred to a prison?
You know, once they're found guilty in court and sentenced to TDC, the goal is to get them out as quickly as possible. Now, a lot of times that depends on TDC, whenever they're ready to accept them and they're ready to get them classified and ready to pick them
The
up.
Texas Department of Corrections.
Right. And, you know, there have been instances where you know, a sheriff can call and say, look, I need this guy out of my jail for whatever reason, if there's a security risk, if he's being unruly and things of that nature. But usually it happens pretty quickly after conviction. There may be held over for other court proceedings and things like that, but my goal as sheriff will be to get them out there as quickly as possible, and that comes also with getting a rapport and a relationship with TDC.
How about this? Is there a maximum security section in the county jail?
Yes, there is. They have, and they're mandated to have so many of these, what they call single cells, is basically when prisoners aren't cooperating or even if their life's in danger, or they threaten someone's life of that nature, they can be put in those single cells, basically on lockdown.
And the county jail houses men and women.
That's correct.
Right.
That's correct. You know, that's another huge responsibility is you basically have to maintain two jails because you know, obviously you have to keep them separated and there's different, you know, rules and regulations.
All right, how about the budget of Denton County Sheriff's Office? What is that about?
It's about $50 million, and about 30 of that, you know, well over half is to maintain the jail.
How many employees about?
Right now, we've got between 600 and 700, and which is a huge department. It's but most of those are in the jail. Once again, that's just a huge responsibility.
Is that civilian and law enforcement personnel?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Just, Bob, that I'm excited. I'm just to reiterate that I'm here to be the sheriff for everyone, and I look forward to getting out in the communities even more. You know, the election, the campaign process is one thing, but I'm very much looking forward to getting out in the communities as your sheriff, and I'm excited to get my team in place, and we're going to do some really good things.
Well, I want to really thank you for being here, Sheriff-elect Mercury, and congratulations on your election, and I wish you and family a very Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, Bob. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for watching.